All right, so now I'm going to teach you how to uh, derive or why the circumference formula of a circle is 2 pi r and its area is equal to pi r squared. All right, so we have this figure. Of course, this is a circle, and the entire length we call it perimeter in the other figures, but in circle it's called circumference. So that is the entire length of the circle. And the width of the circle is what you call diameter. In the past, the mathematicians have figured out that if you divide the circumference and diameter, or we call it the ratio of these two, is having a constant value. It's around 3.14, 15, 9, 2, 6, and so on. And no matter how big or small the circle is, it's fixed. And well, of course, it took them years to figure out each decimal of this value, but approximately it's around 3.14. And they keep on using this as a ratio of a circle, and they keep on writing circumference over diameter, and then they until they realize to use a notation for this, and they use a Greek letter pi to make it simpler to write instead of writing c over d or circumference over diameter. So that's simpler if they use a notation, which is a pi or a Greek letter pi. So now that's why up to now we're using pi, which is approximately 3.14. And then if you cross multiply the diameter with the pi, it will give you the formula of the circumference, which is diameter times pi. But usually the in the given part of a circle, usually it is half of the diameter, which is what you call the radius. So we can replace this in the formula with the diameter, which is twice of the radius, and it becomes 2 times radius times pi, or you can rearrange it and it becomes 2 times pi times radius, or just simply 2 pi r. And that's the reason why the circumference formula of a circle is 2 times pi times r. Now let's move to the area of a circle. All right, so this the blue ones is the entire area of a circle. So the area of a circle is actually pi r squared. And why is it pi r squared? So to show you why it's like that, let me divide this circle into 8 slices. Of course, the more slices, the better. But just to make it simpler, we'll just make it 8 slices. And then I'm going to rearrange these 8 slices into this. Okay, so let's make it straight and then get one more and put it together with the first one. So we're gonna do this until all the slices are being put uh, in the new figure. So okay, so we still have one more. All right, so this all this blue like a triangular shape is coming from that circle. And observe that we have formed a new shape, which is actually called a parallelogram. Of course, not exactly the same because there are curved parts of these slices. But then if you cut it into smaller slices, it will be eventually like exactly the parallelogram. It's just that we have bigger slices in this case. All right, so the to get the area of a parallelogram, we have this formula: area is equal to base times height. So the height is as being shown, the vertical one. So let me show it to you. Of course, although it's obvious, but let me use the laser pointer here. So it's this is the height, this is the base. Of course, it's the same length as this, and also the height, same length as this. It's not this because this is the lateral, so that's not the height. It's the vertical from here going to here. All right, so what is the height and the base of this figure? All right, so we know that from the center going to the any part of the circle, it's the length of the radius, which is actually the length of this slice. So that means the height is equal to the radius length. So we have the height already. Now how about the base? So to get the length of the base, so we're going to separate it first just to make it easier to demonstrate or illustrate the length of the base. So this is the base, and that is half of the circumference because the other half is the one on top. All right, so we know the circumference is 2 times pi times r. We discussed it earlier. And then we can simplify this by taking out the 2. We can cancel that by use rule of the property of equality. I mean the property of, what do you call this? The inverse property. So we can cancel the 2, and to simplify that, it becomes pi times r. So this length word of the base is pi times the radius. Now that r and pi r, we can substitute it in our formula. So the base is the pi times r, and the height is the r, or the radius. And then you multiply this to pi r times r is pi r squared. And that is the area of this figure. Area is equal to pi r squared. And where is it coming from? It's coming from this circle. So that means the area of this circle, or any circle, is equal to pi r squared. And that explains the formula. All right, so thanks for watching, and I hope you are going to subscribe to this channel if you believe you have learned something from this.